Hello friends, welcome to chess training. Hi, I am Nikhil Joshi, Live Chessbook Academy. In this video, I am going to show you 3 games on the Grunfeld defense. So friends, let's begin. Now this game that I am going to show you is from the black side. White starts with the move pawn d4, black plays knight f6, white plays the move pawn c4, black plays the move g6, knight c3, and now pawn d5. So friends, we have already seen these ideas. Now if white goes for pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, it will enter the exchange variation, and if white plays knight f3 to support the center, it will enter the classical variation. In this game, the white player tried to bring out his queen early, queen b3. See, before the minor pieces come out, it is little risky to bring out the queen. So the black player plays pawn takes pawn, queen takes pawn, and now black goes for bishop to e6. See, the new piece comes out with attack. Now of course, black had already visualized that the white can go to b5 square and attack the king and attack the unsupported pawn on b7. But still he goes for that. And as white gives him the check, now black plays the move knight c6. What is black's logic? The logic is, when he brings out the knight, the queen has supported the rook, and if now queen captures the b7 pawn, black will play knight into d4. So where he has a threat of knight c2 with check and mate. In fact, say for example, white plays knight f3, knight c2 is directly coming with mate because this line is opening up. So what happened is, white decided to protect his pawn with the move knight to f3. Now black played the move knight to d5. White went queen into pawn. Now black played knight on d5 to b4. What's his logic? His logic is, he is supporting the knight as well as he is now threatening to enter the c2 square. Also, there is one more threat which we cannot underestimate. For example, if he plays pawn e3, black would play rook to b8, and now can you see, the queen is trapped. There is no square for the queen to go, isn't it? The queen can't capture the knight, knight is protecting, knights are connected, this pawn is protected by the knight. Where will the queen go? Queen has no square. So friends, white played the move bishop to f4. His logic is, he wants to attack the c7 square, so that in case rook b8 comes, white can play queen into c7 with the support of this bishop. Now here black played another very imaginative move, we can say. He played the move bishop to h6. You may ask me, why is he giving a free bishop? Because if the bishop captures bishop, then the control on this square is gone and rook b8 will come again to trap the queen. So white went bishop into c7. He challenged the black queen, and here black now went for a great attack against the king. He went knight into d4. Now of course I understand this is becoming too much for your level, that why is he giving up a queen? What will happen if knight into this? So let us try to analyze the answers one by one. Suppose if he plays knight into knight, what he could have is knight c2 check. What is the threat? If he plays knight into knight, then this queen's diagonal is opened up, and then queen is coming down to d2 square on the support of this bishop. So that will result in a checkmate. So this is why after knight c2 check, the white has to play this move. Queen into knight check, king into queen, and now queen d2 check. See, the bishop is controlling b3, so white king cannot escape from here. So if king b1, then you have queen coming down to c1 with check and mate. So white decided that okay, I will grab the queen. Now knight on 4 to c2. Why knight on d4? Because you are now opening the line for your rook. So king d1, of course the knights are connected, so rook takes d8. Now where will he escape? There is practically no escape. The king has no square to go, so white had to play knight to d5. Of course there is one more possibility. What if he plays knight to d2? You can simply go for rook takes d2, check. King c1, only forced move. Now rook takes e2 with the discovered check. Where will the king go? If he goes to this square, then this is check and met. So the king has to go to b1. Still he has this check. Knight blocks it and rook takes knight with checkmate. So, friends, knight d2 is also not working. So he played knight to d5. Bishop takes d5. Now threatening the queen. Queen runs. Now bishop takes f3 check. See, the rook is attacking the king. Where will the king go? The king has no square. Nobody can block it. So queen into d8. King into d8. Compulsory. Now he played pawn into f3. Now white thought that now at least the attack is over. But attack is not over. He plays king c7. See the beautiful move. Square vacation. The rook is coming on d8 to target the king. Now what can white play? Practically he has, maybe king e2 should have been played. But he thought that if I play king e2, then knight into rook is going. So rook has to be saved now. Rook d8. Now rook d8 check. King e2 and rook to d2, check and mate. So friends, this was the beautiful example of how the pieces in help with each other can target the enemy king. So friends, I hope you understood this lesson. Now let's go to another example. Now in this game, the game began with the exchange variation d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, d5, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, pawn e4, knight into c3, pawn into c3. Now black goes pawn c5. So this is little what we can say, change of order of the moves. Maybe he wants, if pawn into pawn, then queen will directly come to exchange the queens. So white plays bishop to c4, bishop to g7. Now white plays knight to d2, e2, supporting the d4 and this square. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Knight to c6, bishop to e3, supporting this fellow. Now black plays quite right moves, castling. Now knight to a5, and white here plays the move bishop to d3, where black plays bishop to e6. Now he wants to bring his rook on c8. Here white plays a very interesting move, pawn to d5. See, he is allowing him to grab this rook. But there is of course an idea behind that. It is not that he is just giving the rook like that. The idea is, if bishop into rook, queen into bishop comes. Now, what can black play? Suppose if this bishop runs away, white has bishop at 6. Can you see what we are doing? We are threatening the checkmate on g7 square. So black must block it. There is no other choice. And now we will get back the rook. See, we had given up a rook for bishop. Here we get the rook for bishop. So it is 8 point for 8 points. That was his idea. In the actual game, the black went for the move pawn f6. The black's idea is, he says, if you capture my bishop, I am also capturing your bishop. So now white played bishop to h6. Now, where can the rook run? See, black has to be very careful. For example, If he plays rook f7, then you have pawn into e6. Why can we capture e6? Because it is attacking the rook. So if he goes for queen into bishop, you have simple pawn into rook with check. So as he captures us, we can simply save our knight and save our pawn. After which white will be one piece up. So in the actual game, when we played bishop to h6 attacking his rook, he went to rook to e8. Now knight to f4. Now he is harassing the bishop. Where could bishop run? Suppose if the bishop goes to square say f7, what can we do? We can play bishop to b5. Bishop to b5, you are attacking the rook. Now again, the rook has no square, so he has to give up the rook for bishop either, or if he plays knight c6, say example this move, your pawn will grab it. So in either cases, the white is getting back his material. So black played bishop to d7. Now pawn to e5. Now white is trying to open up this diagonal. See, this game is a beautiful example of minor pieces and queen attacking against the castle. What will happen if he captures? Then the queen will have the open diagonal followed by the entry. So if he plays king to g7, you have queen king f7, you have queen g7 with met. So he of course can't open this, so he played rook to c8. Black decides, okay, at least I will bring my rook on open file. Now pawn e6. Again white targets the bishop. The bishop had to be moved. Bishop goes to square a4. He has an intention to come to c2 with the support of this rook. If black is successful in bringing this bishop to c2, it will have the control of this diagonal. So white bishop's attack against the castle will have no meaning. So now white played queen to b1. Now can you see his plan? He is planning to sacrifice his bishop. Say for example black plays knight c4. We can play bishop into g6, pawn into g6 followed by queen into g6. And as we can say, our queen has got a beautiful entry. So in this game, black played the move king h8. Still white goes bishop into g6, pawn into g6. Now of course, white has calculated till checkmate. Can you go for queen into g6? Going for queen into g6 is actually a bad move. You know friends, what will happen? If we go for queen into g6, threatening queen g7 mate, he will bring his rook here and suddenly attack your queen. We can't have queen g7. So if we play queen h5, he will bring queen e8. Bring his queen to challenge our queen. You know, because black is already one rook up. Are you understanding? Black is one rook up, so he will be looking to exchange the pieces. So if the queen runs here, in order to stay on the h line, planning something like bishop to f8, discovered check, black will play bishop to c2. Now see, this bishop from here comes for the defense of the king. So example, if we play bishop f8, discovered check, we have bishop h7, and see, black pieces are successful in saving his king. What could be the another possibility in this situation? Queen into g6 was one possibility. If knight into g6, of course, if he comes on h7, then there is a probability of a discovered attack. So king g8. If he tries something like knight f8, threatening queen h7 kind of mate, black has bishop c2. The bishop is coming at the right time to block the diagonal of the queen. Now if we save it, say queen to g4, b4, sorry, maybe with the idea of queen g4, his rook will come here and block the entry of the queen. So the mate is not coming. So what had white thought? Can you guess it? Yes, white had thought bishop to g7. After king into g7, queen into g6 check, king h8, Of course, if he had gone to f8, you have queen f7 mate, and had he gone to the h8 square, you have knight to h5. After knight to h5, you are threatening queen g7 mate. So if he plays rook to g8, queen to h6 mate, otherwise queen g7 mate was unstoppable. So friends, I hope you have enjoyed these examples. If you watch these examples again and again, you will realize how the players attack the king and how to save the attacks. So if you are enjoying my videos, friends, kindly share these videos with your friends, subscribe my channel and enjoy chess. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.